Oke guys, bisa dilihat nggak itu? Nah, ini adalah Mount Rushmore. Oke, kita nanti berhenti di sana.
Yeah, I'm taking pictures here from this side.
Oke guys, di bawah sana ada Mount Rushmore ya. Jadi biasanya kita lihatnya di TV aja. Sorry. Sekarang tuh. Keren banget. Yeah. Black Hills ya. Ini namanya Mount Rushmore. Keren.
There's bases up here? Okay, we'll go up there. Yep.
Salah satu tujuan wisata yang ya diimpikan para orang Amerika sendiri dan juga orang luar ya. Oke, kita parkir dulu. Kita sudah sampai di Mount Rushmore. Jadi kita akan ngelihat pahatan patung tokoh-tokoh yang ada di Amerika. Nah, ini termasuk tujuan destinasi wisata orang Amerika juga. Katanya ini termasuk list daftar yang bakal mereka kunjungi. Belakang sana. Nah, itu dia.
Hi, ma'am. What are you doing?
Ke gerbang yang kedua. Oke.
This is a sculpture by his son, Lincoln, who's also a
Oke,
sculptor.
the Sun Lincoln ya.
Dustin started the carving
Ya,
when he was 52 years old.
52 years old. Oke.
Yeah, and but he died before it was completely finished, and his son finished it.
Oke.
The only thing they had left to do was Teddy Roosevelt up there.
Oke.
But when everybody gets here, I'll tell you a little bit about that, and then I'll set you free.
Is he?
And we'll
Is he?
Now, as you look at Mount Rushmore, you see this is George Washington on the left,
George Washington di bagian kiri.
Thomas Jefferson,
Jefferson.
Teddy Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Each one of these presidents was chosen particularly for what they had to do with the founding of the United States.
Oh,
Keempat presiden ini dipilih karena peran mereka dalam pengembangan Amerika Serikat sebagai negara.
George Washington was the father of the country, our first president. Jefferson initiated the land transfer. Louisiana, I kept saying Missouri anyway. Louisiana Purchase.
George Washington dikenal sebagai pendiri negara. Yang pertama, Thomas Jefferson dikenal karena dia membuka bagian barat.
jadi di kiri kanan ini bendera dari 50 negara bagian mereka sesuai dengan abjadnya. Keren banget ya guys. Jadi ini adalah 4 tokoh penting ya bagi Amerika. Oke, di apa sampingnya monumen ini kita ke museum. Jadi kiri kanan ini jalan yang menuju ke museum. Museumnya berada di bawah ya. Nah, museumnya di bawah sini nih. Tuh. Oke, kita ke museum. Nah, keren ya. Ini museumnya nih. Oke, jadi kita ke museum. Lihat tepi. Oh, kayak blok-blok gitu ya. Ini museumnya berada di bawah monumennya. Jadi museumnya masih besar ya sebelah sana, cuman kita yang dekat-dekat aja lah, kejauhan. Jarum teater.
It was, critics said, a preposterous idea, an outrage against South Dakota's Black Hills. What arrogant stone carver could possibly improve upon God's mountain sculpture? But as the faces of the great men sprang like light from the mountain, Rushmore simply overwhelmed its critics and dazzled the world, just as the Republican ideals it honored had inspired and dazzled mankind in 1776. The project was conceived by a gentle scholar, Doane Robinson, in 1923, at a time when the nation was prosperous and confident. Robinson proposed that several granite spires in the Black Hills be carved into massive human figures. Lewis and Clark, Buffalo Bill Cody, Chief Red Cloud, or other Western heroes.
jadi destinasi yang bucket listnya Amerika ya.
To the sculptor he called upon for help, Gutzon Borglum, this idea seemed as bold and brilliant and as fragile as a rainbow in the western sky. The son of Danish immigrants, Borglum was a man who dreamed big and talked big, a man ideally suited to the times and to the carving of mountains. American art ought to be monumental, he said, in keeping with American life, and Rushmore ought to be colossal, in keeping with American achievements. Borglum found the needles impressive, but too weathered for sculpting. Mount Rushmore, however, seemed perfect. Stone with a finer grain and texture. A mountain big enough for Borglum's imagination. Borglum argued that a monument on this scale should represent our entire national experience. His final concept would be a tribute to the founding, preservation, growth, and development of the nation. These events would be symbolized by the images of 4 Americans who never lost sight of the simple idea that man has a right to be free and to be happy. Washington, Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln. Jefferson had articulated the central idea of the American democracy. We hold these truths to be self-evident, he wrote in the Declaration of Independence, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. More than 20 years later, when Jefferson became president, the red-haired Virginian also proved to be a great nation builder. His purchase of the Louisiana Territory in 1803 opened the way to America's westward expansion. George Washington was the father of his country. In the darkest hours of the Revolution, his courage and resolve seemed never to falter. By sheer force of character, he brought the nation victory in its War of Independence. There were some who wanted to crown him emperor, but Washington would have none of it, choosing instead to nurture, in his own words, the sacred fire of liberty. As our first president, Washington set about to make the lofty ideals of the Declaration of Independence work in practice. For his iron rectitude, for his inspired vision of the future of a free people, and for the dignity he brought to the office of the presidency, Washington will be remembered for as long as men dream of freedom. The great emancipator, Abraham Lincoln, guided the destiny of the nation during its greatest trial, the war between the states. Let us have faith, he said, that right makes might. And in that faith, let us to the end dare to do our duty as we understand. Lincoln was the prophet of America's permanence and of liberty, tolerance, and social justice for all our people. To political freedom, Theodore Roosevelt extended economic freedom. He was the daring trustbuster, passionate conservationist, and friend of the common man. At a time when the U.S. was emerging as a world power, he led the march toward new frontiers, forging new links between East and West with the Panama Canal. We, here in America, hold in our hands the hopes of the world, he wrote, and shame and disgrace will be ours if in our eyes the light of high resolve is dimmed, if we trail in the dust the golden hopes of men. The mountain was dedicated August 10, 1927. The symbol of the moment was a set of drill bits handed to Borglum by President Calvin Coolidge. With his customary showmanship, the sculptor put them right to work on the face of the mountain. For guidance in his design of studio models of the presidents, Borglum studied photographs.
Oke, penjelasannya udah selesai.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Jadi penjelasan tentang gimana sejarahnya pembangunan Rushmore ini tadi ditayangkan di monitor.